Hello, hello, and welcome to the CTB Show. Today is June 8th, 2021. The weather is undecided. The third thing I'm going to say tonight is rain, rain, go away, around the corner fudge is made. Welcome to the show. I'm tickled pink. My name is Evan the Mayor. That is Brian the Levo.
It's always nice to see you proud of yourself.
Yeah, it's rare. It's very rare. That is Casey the Queso.
I have been falling for 30 minutes.
I know that's Loki from Thor Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. All right, another week, another show for you. Episode 365. Oh, that's as many days as there are in a year. Wow. We've been doing this podcast for a whole year's worth of podcasts. Just kidding, because we have like an additional 80 plus of additional content we've been doing for you for free all these years.
Either way, what we're saying is, much like the Torah, you can read one, read/listen to one per day, and it takes you all year.
That's right.
That's for all the Jewish listeners out there, which I think are just me.
I'm fairly sure we have 2 additional ones. I'm not sure.
Well, shalom.
Shalom. All right, we've got a lot of things to do today on this show. We have a very big It's Been, but also I have decided that this particular episode of the CTB Show is going to be the complain-isode. We have not done an episode in which we just unendingly complain about the things that are going on in Baltimore, and this particular week, there is a lot to complain about. Not necessarily offering any solutions, but, just bitching. Bitch fest.
I'm ready.
Okay, cool.
I'm ready. No, look. See, I feel like, so I've been listening to this other podcast. It's called it's the J Train podcast, and they do a show called The Luxury Lounge, where you just call in with your bullshit complaints.
Yeah.
So my complaint is I've just been sitting around with for the last couple of weeks with nothing to do because I've been waiting to go to camp. And I'm just bored.
Right.
New Fortnite season came out today. It's a bullshit complaint, but I have complaints.
I really wish that if we had a radio presence or even an internet presence, and we could have people call in with their shut-ups and shout-outs and complaints and things like that. It'd be if we could take listener calls, I'd be so ecstatic. I would love to do that.
Didn't we have a Google number for a minute and nobody called?
We had a Google Voice number. Basically, people could just leave us voicemails, and that was it. And I think we got 2. And the thing about Google Voice is if you do not use the number, they take it away from you after a while.
Oh, okay.
They retire it. Yeah, they give it to somebody else.
They sell it to scammers.
That's right. Yeah. So if you want to send out 700 faxes, Google Voice is for you. But if you want to run a podcast with voicemail capabilities, not for you.
Remember when Homer got that robocaller?
Yeah. Yes. Good shit. All right, so the aforementioned, it is now time to discuss the things we've been up to in the past week, and oh, what a week it was. I enjoyed a lot of it, most of it, except for this past week of complaining stuff, but the good stuff was very good. So let's kick it off. Friday, Brian, you and I and some friends went to the Baltimore Rock Opera Society production of Shadow Something Battles. I don't remember what it's called, but... we all
Who are our
sat out.
friends? I'm curious.
Your friend, my friend.
our girlfriends, right.
Our girlfriends. But,
What
friends
a
of the
weirdo.
show. The one friend of the show that won tickets was there, and Tyler was there who gave us our tickets. It was great.
Yeah, congratulations to Dave W.
Yeah, listener Dave, the only guy who entered the contest. It feels great to win by default.
I believe one of the Johns, either Heltman or Hauser, I forget which one, also posted a shirt that we didn't see because it was its own separate post. I believe that's what that post was.
Oh, okay. So we should just consider every separate post to be an entry into the contest.
Next time.
To artificially boost participation numbers.
For who? But yes, next time. First off, I fucking loved the rock opera. Like, that was So cool. It was so much fun. I was just like the right level of buzz to be like, really, yes, I love this. I love everything that's happening here. It was outside, so I could just like go like 2 steps behind some cones and like smoke cigs while watching the show. It was lovely. It was a great time. I really enjoyed myself.
The only aforementioned downside was that there wasn't like a beer truck or something like that. But everybody had their own cooler. It was fine. The weather was great. Just
weather was
sitting out
perfect.
there, just sitting out there on that thing called the meadow. Whatever it is. It's just a big old space of grass that has some picnic tables and stuff.
I think the one thing that the meadow has going for it is that it's not a giant hole in the middle of the city. There is at least some grass there.
Right. But Casey, you tried to observe this show and you were unable.
Yeah, I couldn't join you on Friday because of the little one. So I tried to watch it on Saturday, but apparently their live stream cut off. Like it basically, you had to have purchased your ticket before the show started, which I didn't. Sat down to buy it at 8:03, and I was 3 minutes too late.
Oh yeah.
But what I just found out, they do have an on-demand option on their website.
Okay.
So we'll have to post that. I will plan to watch it because we were really bummed that we missed it. So
what is what's the price tag on the on-demand?
It's a $20, but you can
what?
But you can bring anybody you want.
I mean, that's like HBO. That's like pay-per-view level price tag.
But it's bros.
Yeah, but we love bros and we support them.
We sure do, and anytime they have a show to plug, they will be on this program.
I bought a couple of koozies, and was really happy to do it.
Yeah, Hannah the Miller got a koozie, a T-shirt, and a CD for $20.
Might as well call her Hannah the Case of them. Am I right?
What was the CD?
It was what? Hey, Hannah, what was the CD? It was from like
It was one. It's one of their shows.
Not Murder Castle. I got the Murder Castle CD from Chrono Shred.
Hey, here's a question: do you have a working CD player in which to play the CD? I mean, the last CD I got was the signed Taylor Swift CD, which I will never take out of the packaging, so I don't have to worry about CD player. Do you have a CD player right now, Casey? You, Evan, you?
I have to hook up my computer in order to do that, and it is not hooked up.
Why? Well, you can listen. Is it an enhanced CD? Does it have special CD-ROM features?
It's got some QuickTime videos on it.
Well, they also have. I don't know if they have this particular show, but on Bandcamp they have a lot of their albums.
Yeah.
Hey Casey.
Yeah.
One time at Bandcamp, you know the rest.
Is Brian going to Bandcamp?
No. This is like a normal sporty boy camp.
Sporty what?
Sporty boy camp. I could have. It's just a normal camp,
Sporty boy camp! ! Title of the episode.
Hi, I'm here for Sporty boy camp.
Sporty boy camp.
It's June. It's Pride. Sporty boys. No, it's like swimming, softball, soccer, rocketry, riflery type camp.
Rocketry.
I know. One of the activities that was put in front of me is like, maybe you'll be doing some rocketry. I'm building a TIE fighter. Like, I wonder, am I allowed to like take part in like that stuff? So I'm gonna build a TIE fighter, maybe.
You know what I used to enjoy were those the plastic rockets you would fill with water and then pump them up with air and just hit the trigger and it would go just pure hydroponic power.
I don't remember that.
Don't? Oh.
No. Is it the thing you stomp on?
No, it was like you would attach the rocket to a little pump and then you would pump air into it until you couldn't do it anymore and you hit the trigger and it just shoots off of the launching device.
Huh, well.
Great times.
Sounds fun.
It's a great science learning toolkit thing for children.
That's what I think. Somehow I think I'm going to be with like the Inside Kids. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of that technology stuff. It's fine. Whatever. I'll get
Teach
my
him about
outside
sound
time.
waves and asymptotes and whatnot.
Oh, I was saying, okay, so guys, Soundwave, what he is like he transforms and he turns into a cassette tape.
Cassette tape, and then his chest opens up and a hawk comes out.
What, like a penis?
A hawk.
Hawk, you said.
Hawk.
I thought you said cock.
Hawk. He also has a little jaguar that comes out. I don't remember I can't remember what the little cassette tape mini Transformers were named.
It was Starscream was a jet plane.
Sorry, Starscream was the jet plane. Soundwave is the one that turned into a cassette player.
But which one turned into the tape? Or was there a little tape inside of Soundwave? Did Soundwave have a second robot inside of him?
He had two separate, and then eventually three separate little robots inside of him. And then there was a boombox transformer named Blaster, I think, and I had that one.
Black Star?
But yes, Black Star. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue with this. It's been segment. And then the following day, that was a Friday evening. Went to the old Camden Yards and watched the Orioles lose horribly. That's not the important part. But being back at that center field bar. Whoo,
oh, I saw that. Oh. So I went earlier in the season. That was not open yet, and I was really sad. And I saw your picture from there, and I was real happy to see that. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, very good times. I mean, like, look, if you're gonna get Section 300 seats for $8 these days because no one's going to the Camden Yards, just go right ahead and don't sit down on your seats and go directly to that bar and hang out as long as you possibly can. It is worth it. Totally worth it. Very fun.
I agree.
And that's all I got.
Oh, well, I didn't really do too much. I went to a swimming pool on Saturday or Sunday, maybe. I forget what day it was.
Wait,
Sunday.
You went to a swimming pool on Sunday?
Uh-huh.
I also went to a swimming pool on Sunday.
I mean, just life partners. That's just us. We're stuck together.
Wow.
We're stuck with each other. And it was nice to be in that atmosphere. I went off the diving board.
What?
Which, I did.
You are a risk taker, Brian Levy.
Faced my fears. But you know what? We could actually use this to segue into the complaints department of this episode.
Or we could just, skip everything else.
Yeah, we could just skip Casey entirely like we normally do.
The fuck, Casey, what did you do?
Well, you didn't look at the Google Doc. He did stuff.
Well, first I wanted to... Evan, you forgot something about the baseball game. You were on the Jumbotron?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, Casey. How could I forget such a momentous... My crowning achievement in life. So, once upon a time, I went to... A group of us went to the Orioles game where they were handing out the condiment race T-shirts. And I have 2 out of the 3... And the mustard shirt being my favorite shirt, basically, of all time, Orioles or not. And the condiment race occurred during the baseball game, as it normally does, and mustard was the winner. And I basically got up and started fist pumping and being like, yeah, fuck yeah, mustard. And then all of a sudden, I'm on the Jumbotron. And I continued to do my little dance. And then I immediately texted a friend of mine who works for Masson, and I said, "Can you get me a screenshot of the Jumbotron? I was just on the Jumbotron." And he's like, "No, they don't save that stuff." And I was like, "Damn it! It was all for nothing." But it wasn't. It was great. It was just great.
Was that your first time on the Jumbotron?
Yeah, I think so.
That's good.
Every time I go, the 2 times I've been to Camden Yards this year. I've had my head on a swivel to see anybody else wearing one of those condiment T-shirts. I never see a one, and I will perpetually have my head on a swivel to. What's that, Casey?
Is that Brian's implication was that he's been on the Jumbotron multiple times?
Oh.
Yeah, my good buddy Nick was a camera operator for a while,
That's right.
and so is his brother.
Cheating.
And now I have another friend who's a camera operator. When Jess and I went earlier in the season, like I said, we shot him a text. We're like, "Hey, here are our seats." It's like,
Put
cool.
us on the kiss cam, bitch.
No, he's like, "Cool. You'll be on between the 2nd and 3rd inning." I'm like, "Oh, this is great." No one I can go get a beer and everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so Casey.
Yeah. So Saturday, did a thing. Went strawberry picking.
Oh my god.
It's kind of late in the season.
Is it?
Yeah, apparently it only lasts like 4 weeks.
Did you know that before you got there?
No, I did not know anything about strawberry picking. And before I got there, I knew that it was late in the season. But before
oh my God, the conversations in your house, we were just like, Amber, come on, we cannot put this off another weekend. It was the other way around. It was the other way around. It was the other way around. I don't know if I believe it.
We finally, it's something we've, my Amber's been wanting to do for a while. So
who?
My wife.
Thank you.
And that was the first time this season that I've actually heard the cicadas in full force, and it was
oh yeah,
I forgot about that, and got hit in the face a couple times. And about 5 minutes in, we both realized that neither one of us is in any shape to be bending over onto the ground and picking up strawberries.
You got winded picking strawberries?
No, my wife is 6 months pregnant, and I have a bad back.
Okay. Oh, right.
It's been 6 months already? Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was interesting. And then we went to the Lowe's Garden Center.
Oh, the movies. I was like, Casey, what movie did you break your seal on? The Lowe's Garden Center, huh?
Yeah.
This one I know you are late in the season for.
What's that?
You're late in the season to start gardening. You got to start putting together your fucking front lawn a month ago.
We're already on the second batch. We've got some. The spring stuff is ready to come out, and got to plant the summer stuff.
You've already killed those flowers, and now it's time to kill some.
Yes, now it's time to kill a new crop of flowers.
I got it.
But the important thing is, so last night we're sitting around. We've kind of exhausted our list of shows we want to watch, and decided to start Highlander the series.
It's so good, right?
It is. The 30 seconds in, some dude shows up. He just jumps through a glass ceiling wearing a metal hockey mask, I guess, to protect his face, even though he's immortal, and he heals pretty much immediately.
Well, maybe he's just doing it to intimidate.
So
no, he says his line was, and I quote, "It's my most important asset."
Oh,
he's got to protect the face.
Yeah,
and then he gets his head cut off. So it doesn't.
I was going to say the irony being he was a hand model and also got his head cut off.
It's so funny because like in the movie they only have to come up with like 3 or 4 immortals. Like you got Classy Black Guy, you got Highlander, you have Sean Connery, and then you got Kurgan, and then you have a couple of others, right? But see, like in the show, they eventually have to come up with like
one every episode,
like 150 of these things, right? Like a fucking
random Highlanders running around.
Like, oh, hey, it's me, the French Revolution Highlander, and like, well, no, I mean, like, oh, look, it's me, the Civil War Highlander.
Yep, I watched that episode. Just watched
that. Right, like
the Atlantean Highlander.
No, there's no. Is there Atlantis? There, like Casey, you don't know how bonkers this show gets. Like, there's like the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse Highlanders, and it's like,
well, technically, I think doesn't Connor kind of become the Atlantean Highlander because Sean Connery pushes him into the middle of the lake, and he has to walk out because he can't swim.
But that doesn't make any sense because that's like, oh, you just can't die, as opposed to no, like if you get shot in the heart, it does look like you're like he should just be at the bottom of that lake drowning continually. At least that's my opinion.
The rules, I think, are
Casey made the jerk off
sense.
motion. I think we should make that clear.
Casey made the jerk off motion. Title of the episode.
But we go from episode 1 to episode 2, and at the end of episode 1, Duncan's like, "I'm going to retire in this cabin on holy ground, so nobody can fight me." And then episode 2, he's in the city again for with no explanation.
He had to get milk.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And do you see why like people's moms in the 90s would like watch that show and just
he's a handsome man.
He is, and his shirt comes off a lot.
Yeah, I would have preferred it if it were the structure of the Highlander TV series was he's basically David Carradine wandering around solving crimes, but basically every single time he just cuts the person's head off to solve the crime.
Like and then they use the sad walking away music from Incredible Hulk.
Right.
Wait, that's Love Story.
All right, enough about this crap. It's time to get complainy. Whole episode, guys. You guys ready for this?
Yeah, go.
Are you ready to complain? Okay, so this past weekend in Baltimore, Fells Point was beset upon by a bunch of white kids fighting out front of the Rockwell. But also some people got shot. And also, in the past couple of weeks to months, some dirt bikes have been terrorizing Broadway Square. And people are outside drinking, after hours, just hanging out on the square, leaving their liquor bottles around. And the businesses, they have had enough. They are fed up. And they've all gotten together and they've written a letter that was delivered by the failed politician Theru that basically says these businesses are not going to pay their taxes to the city until the city does something about it. To which I say, how come the cops aren't just putting cop cars up in the Fells Point area during Saturday nights around 9:30 to 10 o'clock and beyond to keep people from, quote, whiling out?
So that's the equivalent of declaring you're a sovereign citizen and and the laws don't apply to you. Is that what they just did?
Well, my follow-up questions are, what do you think is going to happen when you don't pay your taxes and put them in escrow and the city then says, okay, well, you're out of business? What are you going to do then? Brian, what do you want?
Is this... one, it's people can go and stand around and stuff, but what if they just put 15 cops there and just said, all right, you guys just stand around. We just need 15 of you there. So in case a fight starts, we can break this up. Except for the fact that does this just end up with people getting shot? And it's
that's my thing about police presence. You can, if the cops are there, they can rip tickets for people with open containers or dirt bikers, fucking stuff up on Broadway Square. But if people are going to decide to get into a fight to the point that they're going to shoot each other, then there's not much they can do about that.
And also, just having cops there escalates. So, when they do write the tickets, someone's going to be fuck your mother, and then they're going to be put 3 bullets in your back.
Well, the footage that I saw, and I'm sorry, this was follow-up footage put out there by Fox 45, shocker. The first bit of footage they put out was some black people getting into it. Then the second bit of footage was all the white kids in front of the Rockwell getting into what could only be described as a dance of the retards. Trying to fist fight, but not really doing it. And I couldn't help but wonder if this whole thing was just hey, I'm alpha, bro. Let's go out front and tussle. It wasn't an actual beef. It was just some sort of I'm really roided up, soy boyed up and let's fight and wrestle on the ground or something to that effect. The point being that Fox 45 is kind of garbage, and they really push that narrative that the black people are out of control. What are we going to do about that? And especially when they show screenshots of a bottle of, say, Courvoisier or Hennessy on Broadway Square,
right.
And not the
connotations.
Yes, the multitudes of beer cans or any of that other stuff. All of that aside,
and it's not white kids haven't been fucking trashing Fells Point historically for
since
decades.
I was a kid.
Halloween. I treated that
oh my God.
neighborhood like a fucking toilet.
What kind of blows my mind is that these business owners, a lot of them have been there for quite some time. And I'm don't you remember what this place was like in the 1990s?
Yeah.
Before we had Harbor East and all of this Georgetown shit creeping into dirty-ass Fells Point? It was way worse.
I would get my dad, when Homicide was on, I would get my dad to take me down to Fells. He's all right, I don't know what you think this place is.
Right.
I was no, let's just go eat at the waterfront bar. It'd be cool.
Before 723 or whatever it was called was closed, I mean, there were literal knife fights outside.
Quarter bottles at 723. the fucking massacres that I witnessed at that place because people had spent $5 on 40 beers. I can't do that math. 20 beers.
Right. Sure. Whatever amount it is, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, like, things are better in Fells objectively. It's just that, like, there's this collective amnesia of, hey, remember 2 years ago when there was a fist fight outside of some bar in Fells and then a person got in their car and rammed through people and almost killed, like, a bartender at Dogwatch, and then there was a GoFundMe to basically pay for her hospital bills? Yeah. This shit has been going on for a long time, and now suddenly the business owners are like, you know what? We're not paying our taxes.
No, look, the problem is that for the next couple of years, people aren't really going to know how to act. And that because you're coming off of a Trump hangover and you're coming off of a quarantine hangover. And people are...
yeah, you're absolutely right, Brian. That, like, and before we get into the nonsense fuckery that's going on in my neck of the woods, and this is all pent up fucking... Like, you put an animal in a cage, and I'm not calling any of these people animals, but, like, anybody who's been cooped up for a goddamn year, fine, yes, you've been cooped up, and
you're
now
talking
it's
about
like,
science
blah!
And stuff. Yes, look. But it's on both sides, because fucking business owners are like, you know, like people who are like, I pay taxes. They don't know how to fucking act either, because they're like, do something about us, BLM makes me sad. It's like shit like that. It's like, no one knows how to act anymore. We're going to need another good 5 years just to fucking kind of get over this and just like move on as like people. Like it's going to be exhausting.
Yes, it's going to be awful for quite some time, I think, while everybody sort of like breathes fresh air. But my concern is that literally everyone post-COVID is going to turn into a Floridian, and you're just going to see this like insane spike in wild violence and behavior nationwide. I mean, because the crime stuff that's been going on in Baltimore is not unique to Baltimore. Like, it's going up everywhere. New York, Chicago, etc., etc., etc. And it has been very fun for me to observe like the political shenanigans that are going on, how everyone's trying to blame it on certain parties and certain policies, and it's exhausting. Hence, this is the complaint-isode. But yeah, I do think the solution to this is like, hey, just get like 5 cop cars and put them over in Fells Point on weekends. Like, they literally over in Federal Hill, the other white party place, they closed off Cross Street, and they've got cop cars at either end to control the crowds and do this and that and the other.
Well, I think you stumbled across another solution, saying that, basically everybody's become Florida man, and everybody knows Florida man's greatest enemy, greatest weakness is the gator.
Ooh, so we need cop gators. Instead of canine units, we need gator units.
Wait, what do you do with a cop that's a gator? Gator golf. Guys. Wait for it.
This week called Crocodile Dentist? Was that it?
It's not, no. Well, there's gator golf.
Gator golf. That's right.
You call that a tooth? This is a tooth.
But backdoor pilot. Backdoor pilot.
Brian's all the way up in the camera.
Backdoor pilot, because this week on Horse Cops.
Crossover with Gator Cops.
Well, it's the backdoor pilot. We're introducing Officer C.R. Akadal.
Officer Toothy.
Do they go to like a cop convention in Miami and bust a drug ring?
Right. On this episode, on this backdoor pilot Officer Buttercup has to go to New Orleans to stop a child smuggling ring. Sure, why not? What the fuck? Why not? Child smuggling ring, and he teams up with Officer Al Gator, and it's
Gator.
Follow his adventures next fall on Gator Cop on ABC.
Love it.
Thank you.
I feel like that's more of an A&E show.
It's was it Longmire or some shit? I don't know.
Alligators and Entertainment. Title of the episode.
Oh no, it's whatever
We're
the
on our
Casey
third
one
title.
It's whatever the Casey one was.
All right, before we get to shout-outs, I want to finish up this round of complaints because over in this neck of the woods, I live in South Baltimore, the Federal Hills Zone, which I am a scant half a mile from the prime real estate, a couple of concerned citizens have hired a private security force to, keep track of stuff or something, because in the past weeks to months, the dirt bike boys have decided that 1 Covington Street is now their drag strip, and they're the whites are very nervous about this.
Yeah.
Not that what they're doing in and of itself is criminal; it is illegal. But it's not like the actual crime in the area has spiked in any way or a discernible quality. But nevertheless, these guys all pitched in, and I think they hired these guys for like $30,000 or something like that.
Dang.
Yeah, wolf security to basically sit around and do absolutely nothing. There is no way on earth that these people can prevent crime from happening or even arrest anyone. All they can do is kind of intimidate. And then
call the cops.
Right, call the real cops. So anyway, this private security force was founded by county cops that were endorsed by the Fraternal Order of Police and have basically been funded by such individuals. So now we've got a bunch of off-duty county cops hanging around in Federal Hill with nothing to do, really. And what would they do exactly if the dirt bike folks are riding around on Federal Hill Park other than call the cops? What are they going to do? Nothing.
Right. And then the cops aren't going to show up, right? Or like, they're like, well, if Wolf is calling us.
I think like, by the time that the actual cops show up, all the dirt bike people do is ride away, and they can't be pursued by the cops. That is a policy.
Right. Because someone's going to get hit. Look, I don't understand, I don't understand people, because it's just like, go outside, bring a 6-pack, fucking just hang out. Just like, oh, you have a show that's being put on in your neighborhood? Call the cops, I guess. People are assholes.
The noise aside, which I think is totally shitty. Like, it's really obnoxious. I can't. I mean, like, even if I'm standing around daylight, I hate it when one of those slingshot vehicles goes by and it's like the exhaust is louder than God. It's annoying, and especially if I were trying to fucking sleep at 11:30 or on a Friday, and you've got 18 dirt bikes or ATVs or whatever it is doing a thing, you call that in. You just call it a noise complaint. What did they do? They said, I feel nervous, and they hired a private security force. Okay.
It's the extra step. It's like, just do the fucking dance. Like, call in the noise complaint and be like,
I would almost say it's the most passive-aggressive thing you can possibly do, is not, like, confront the people directly at all, or even call it into, actual law enforcement, but hire your own security detail to keep an eye out.
It's like, it's got to be the long game, right? You got to play the long game, because, like, regardless of whether or not, if you're living in the neighborhood, and there are black and white people in that neighborhood, and I'm sure everybody finds it fun. If you're living in that neighborhood, you got to play the long game. You need to go outside with the 6-pack and sit around, and like, a guy like rides by, offer him a beer, befriend him, be like, oh, I see you guys are having a lot of fun here, and they're like, yeah, it's like, like, this is like loud for us and stuff, and like, you become friends. You got. Right. It's gonna take you a summer. It's gonna take you a summer to put together a kind of relationship where you just need to be like, hey, dirt bike rider number 4, like, you gotta let it be his idea, but you gotta be like, yeah, but it's cool. Like, I'm glad you guys are having fun. Like, people don't love it, and sometimes it keeps me up at night. But like, you guys keep, it's whatever. Like, I kind of wish you wouldn't come down around every week. And then like, you just need like dirt bike rider number 4 to be like, hey guys, what if we went to a different neighborhood this, tonight? And like, you just got to play along, and just by like, getting the security guards. I just think it's bad.
Two things, Brian. Far be it for me to see white 64-year-olds trying to approach this crowd of people and be.
No, you let them approach you.
Okay. Either way. I don't think they're hanging out on the hillside with a 6-pack of anything, maybe a carafe of red wine. But also, terrain-wise, like that area is just perfect for dirt biking. And there aren't a whole lot of other areas in the city where it's A, legal. It's not legal anywhere, really.
Yeah.
And B, preferential parking-wise, like hangout-wise.
Look, hey,
I
listen.
see one flaw with your plan, Brian.
Tell me.
Those kids across the street, that they're not going to want to be your friend. I'm sorry.
No.
Brian,
Casey,
you've already
Casey,
learned this
thank you.
lesson.
Casey, thank you. That's why I said you got to let them approach you. Also, let me say that I endorse turning the hole into
Perfect.
a dirt bike park.
Perfect.
And honestly, you don't even got to do nothing with the hole. I guess get rid of some rebar and stuff so kids aren't hurting themselves.
Oh,
but turn the hole into a. Oh my god! Hashtag dirt bike hole.
I think dirt bike hole is perfect idea because whatever's going on with that hole ain't happening anytime soon. Just put some more dirt in it, smooth out the edges, let them kids go ride around on it maybe until ground gets broken for whatever nonsense condominium complex is going to go.
That's right. Hashtag dirt bike hole.
Dirt bike hole. Title of the episode. 4th title of the episode.
Also, coincidentally, the pilot episode of Croc Cops.
Croc Cops. Now.
Gator. God damn
Gator
it.
Cops.
Gator Cops.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Sorry. Croc Cops is like the LA version. I'm sorry.
Right. Oh, no. That would be like the Australian version.
Yeah, and then you have Officer Robert Eptile.
DDS. He's a dentist.
Here he's really cold-blooded.
Leo Izzard.
Robert Eptile is definitely a dentist for Crocodile Cops.
Our Eptile.
All right, it's now time to celebrate the internet sensation.
What is it? What? Alligators are a mammal. Are they lizards? Are they reptiles? What?
Yeah, they're reptiles, you idiot.
What
Tweet
is
of the nation. It's time for shout out. Shut up.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shout outs. This is the part of the show in which we do not take a break and continue with our complaint-a-thon and give mad props, aka shout outs, of persons, places, and things that are giving us jollies and improving our quality of life. Who wants to go first?
What's the difference between a reptile and a lizard?
Yeah, well, that's a question, not a shout out.
Oh, I see it by time.
Okay. I would like to give a shout out to the center field bar at Camden Yards. Hey guys, stop being a fucking bitch and pay the $10 Bud Light can bottles. Also, shout out to listener Bobby Dirks. He celebrated his birthday very recently. That's all.
Aw. Hey, shout out to Challenge All Stars. Paramount Plus. If you're not getting it for Star Trek, get it for Challenge All Stars. Just saying.
No thanks. Okay,
Shout out to the show television program Octonauts for entertaining my 3-year-old and also for teaching me the difference between alligators and crocodiles.
Okay, there you go. It's all about the teeth.
I thought that's where Brian was going. And
No,
I legitimately learned that gators, they're not they're freshwater reptiles, whereas crocodiles can survive in the saltwater.
And one of them has a rounded nose.
And one of them has a medulla oblongata. That's why they're so ornery.
No, Mama says they have so many teeth and not a toothbrush, and that's why they're so.
All right, that has been the shortest shoutouts ever. And we will continue right along. Not a whole lot more complaining to do, because I think we covered all of the week's topics, with the exception of, I don't know, the continued stuff that's going on with Marilyn Mosby, like, not prosecuting crimes, and then everybody, like, all of the conservatives are dogpiling, and the business owners, because, like, all the drug dealing is going on out in the streets, but Marilyn Mosby's not going to prosecute. And I'm like, okay, fine. Let's accept the fact that these minor these minor drug offenses are not going to be prosecuted. You can still arrest a person and say, okay, well, you're not going to be prosecuted, but you are going to spend an overnight in lockup.
Yeah,
So that's very inconvenient for you, and we're going to write you a ticket for some amount of money, which is probably, in the grand scheme of things, going to be less than parking in front of a goddamn fire hydrant. $500. I don't know. A civil fine of some variety. I
And
think
if
with
and if you
people
don't
coming
pay
out
it,
of
we're not
COVID,
gonna
go
like
ahead,
come
sorry.
looking for you either. Because like a lot of this shit turns into like debtor's prison stuff. What we're talking about is complete and total, overhaul of the justice system. I think we could do it on the show.
Yes. All we need to do is get Marilyn Mosby on the show and workshop things with her.
Be like, listen, we're just going to pretend to do shit to keep. What we're going to do is we're going to keep up the appearances of making like the fucking county people happy, but we're also just going to keep doing our own shit. We're going to stop announcing these things and just start doing them.
Okay. So here's my call out to a fan of the show and listener, Marilyn Mosby. Please come on the program. We know how media friendly you are, and your husband.
Big fans.
Yeah, huge fans, big fans. Come on the show. Open platform. We won't ask you any hard questions. All softballs, nonstop softballs. Just unending heaping praise for that thing you did back in 2016 or whatever year it was with the
With
cops.
Prince.
And Prince, yes. Okay. Okay, I guess the complainathon is over, and now it is time to refresh our palettes and discuss a little pop culture jazz. In one, Loki, Casey, your background is the titular character of the show coming to Disney Plus. I have no idea what the show's about. Somebody enlighten me. Tell me. What's going on?
Loki. So in Endgame, the Avengers go back in time, try to get the cosmic cube or one of the stones from that timeline, and then in the kerfuffle, Loki steals it and disappears. So this is the Loki from the end of the first Avengers. So before any of the other stuff happens. So Loki at that point in time escapes with the stone and just goes somewhere, and then picks up from there.
This is where he goes.
And then Owen Wilson shows up and he says, "Wow, and,
wow, hey, I'm an Avenger." Cool.
I will say this: if Owen Wilson is on the show, you're confirming.
Yeah, he's a time cop. He's a time cop.
Oh, he's a time cop. Okay. Well, if he actually says
he does
wow,
splits the kitchen. It's amazing.
If he actually says wow during the course of the program, I will bust out a fifth of vodka and chug it on camera.
It's funny because it's like everyone knows that Loki turns into a good guy by the time of Avengers and Infinity War. And I guess what this TV show presupposes is maybe he didn't.
Right.
I know, but that was, you know what, man,
But
that's such a good Owen Wilson, like Royal Tenenbaums, like reference. And like, you guys are fucking like illiterate Philistines. That was a great quote. That was a great joke.
Brian,
I don't
movie
remember
in over 12 years, so whatever.
The thing with Brian is saying is to pause the program right now and go watch World Time.
Look,
Right, and then get his reference. Hey,
And-
listeners and/or watchers on YouTube, if you got Brian's reference, please leave a comment.
yo, hit that like and subscribe button.
Preferably with your fingers.
I
With
think we
your
just
fingies.
lost subscribers.
Yeah.
Fingies on the tubies. Hey, at any given moment, watch fucking Royal Tenenbaums.
Classic film.
Great movie.
It's probably one of my faves by that particular director, Wes Anderson.
Thanks. Good work.
But then he became very contrived after the fact. And
Twee.
every single movie is the exact same. Yes, twee. Very twee.
Anyway, Casey, what are you excited about with Loki?
I like the character, and I like that they're exploring the different timeline stuff. It seems interesting.
Do you think this is going to be a whole bunch of multiverse stuff as opposed to timeline stuff? Because if you recall, with Marvel time travel, the way that works is that every time a new timeline is branched off, it really creates a alternate dimension. So,
I think it's both. Is it I guess it's like one and the same almost. I don't know.
Casey, what are the X-Men?
We'll find out. We'll find out in tomorrow or today.
Casey, do you think at some point Owen Wilson's being like, "Hey, here's my friend Charles Xavier." Like I'm like, wow, like there he is. Like,
I feel like
wow,
that's not
wow,
gonna
Xavier's
happen.
walking in this one. Like, oh, crazy.
It's not going to happen because people want it too much. At this point, I'm convinced that they're never going to have the mutants just because people want it too much.
Do you think like at some point in Eternals, Kumail Nanjiani's gonna be like, "Oh man, we gotta call my friend Reed Richards and see what he's up to."
So is Thanos in the Eternals?
No, maybe
Supposedly,
no. He is.
There's rumors that he is because he's related to them. So like there's rumors that maybe like a flashback.
Okay.
I don't know, but it also could be just people trying to will things into existence.
What if at the beginning? So like, what are we? We're in phase 4, right? Is that what this is called?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're in phase 4.
Right. Well, so what if phase 4 happens and there's a whole other big like bad for phase 4, and it's not remotely Thanos related, but like in the first movie of phase 5, they somehow bring back Thanos.
Oh,
that's probably not going to happen. Well, because
be
I mean they announced that Kang the Conqueror is going to be.
Who did? No one did.
Marvel did actually. It's in Ant-Man. So the next Ant-Man is the big bad is Kang the Conqueror.
Okay.
So I imagine they're going to sprinkle a little bit of Kang into this because he's a time guy.
Well, and then let me even throw this out there. So you've got Kang the Conqueror, right? And like, but you've also got whichever you got Patriot running around. The Black Captain America's grandson. He's in the Young Avengers, and then you also have Kate Bishop's coming up in Hawkeye, and she's in the Young Avengers, and like a teenage version of Kang, he's in the Young Avengers. So, and I think America Chavez is coming up, right? Isn't she going to be in something?
I think she is technically in.
Is she in the
Doctor
Marvels?
Strange movie or something?
Well, there you go.
Because multiverse things. Yeah.
So there's just, and then like, and then Cassie Lang, she's in the Young Avengers. So there's
Sarah Wanda's kids. Not Quicksilver. Whatever her kids are named, I can't remember.
Wiccan and the fast one, and Wiccan has his boyfriend with a Skrull who's getting a TV show in Secret Invasion. So all I'm saying is, I think we're looking at some Young Avengers stuff.
Cool, great. I am very woefully just wanting a good X-Men movie. It's been 20 years since we had
First Class. First Class was good.
No, you're right. That was fine.
What was the one after it? It was the Days of Future Past was pretty good too.
Yeah.
I like Spider-Man
and Logan. Logan was good.
Yeah, what's the deal with this Spider-Man movie? Joel Spider-Man, attorney at law? What's he doing?
Hello?
There's no way home.
I'm going to spin a web and get you. Flip,
I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and also a lawyer.
My back.
But this is I think I was complaining about this before the show. I saw teaser trailer for Spider-Man. And it was not a teaser trailer. It was like some fan compilation of clips where it's like, the multiverse, and then some other clips put together from various other Spider-Man properties.
Here's Tobey Maguire.
Damn these people and their goddamn stupid editing skills.
Remember the early days of the internet with eBaum's World, where where they had the
Eric Ballman.
Oh, whatever. I was gonna say Broke Back to the Future and The Shining as a romantic comedy, and they all kind of just really lean on climbing up on Salisbury Hill. Boom, 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 boom.
Thanks, Brian, for that trip in the Wayback Machine.
You're welcome. I also dislike fake trailers too because I think they're real and they're not.
Well, yeah, I mean because the thumbnail looks legitimate, and then 10 seconds into it, you're like, God damn it, some idiot just whipped together some footage and, put the sepia tone on the transition effects. You sons of bitches with your Adobe After Effects.
Does
tell you
that?
something about this Adobe After Effects.
Oh, does it make you angry?
It makes me a little angry. It makes me a little venti.
Oh, wow. Like we've just been complaining.
Yeah, makes me a little pissed off. Makes me want to go right ahead and tell everyone to shut up.
We gonna let the band deal with this.
Total carnage! Yeah!
Okay, this is the end of the show in which we tell persons, places, and things that are lowering our quality of life and giving us the opposite of jollies, a hearty, proverbial, or literal shut up. I have more than one this week. Shut up to myself for getting on the scale.
Oh, hey.
Yikes. That was a bad idea.
You are beautiful, no matter
what they say
what
about the
you
freshman
say.
15.
Words won't bring you down.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a good thing we're filming from chest up.
Yep, yeah. Nobody needs to see what's going on down, well, below the chest.
Your
This
penis?
is one. Yeah. COVID-15, baby, it's real. Also, shut up to the continued and unending horrible and demeaning conditions in our Baltimore City public schools. It's a fucking atrocity. Build some new fucking buildings already, you sons of bitches. That's it. Those are my shut-ups.
Air conditioning, kind of important.
Wow, who thought? Who would have thought? Good. First of all, the Chinese myth known as climate change is forcing our children outside to do no learning for the rest of the day because the inside is 80 million degrees. And no amount of window units is going to get our way out of that.
That's so crazy.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
that hoax is crazy.
My shut up,
It is.
because we somehow managed to do a complain episode in this day and age without saying the word cicadas. So,
Skids?
cicadas. So,
Cicadas. What?
No, I
Why
said
would you give
cicadas.
them a shut up? They're
What?
glorious.
what else would there be? They're loud and it's creepy. And like I didn't bother to read the article, but I saw headlines about cicada pee, and
Sure.
then like I was standing outside smoking a cig today, and like there are droplets of water hitting me, and like I looked up, and
Pretty sure that was
know.
rain, Brian.
I'm not sure, but it was just I couldn't tell, but there were lots of cicadas flying over me. So like I don't know if cicada pee exists and stuff, but like
I have to give a shut up to us as a podcast because cicada season's going to be over real soon, and we haven't mentioned them at all.
I just did.
At
You're
all.
wrong.
My
think
son
they're
is
great.
obsessed. My son is obsessed with, like, he just wants to go outside and look for cicadas all day.
It's so much fun when you're a little kid. I mean, when I was a little kid, I was like swatting them out of the air with tennis rackets, running over with my bike, like all kinds of fun stuff. And
see,
now I just
so
want to eat them.
if the last one was in what 04, so then the one before that would have been 87, and I was 4 years old in 87. Like I remember being like fucked up for years, like that. I was like, why aren't the cicadas here? And like, because no one talks about them for a few years, and then like, oh, it's every 17 years, and then I wasn't even really ready. Like I didn't know what to expect in 04, and now I feel like I've forgotten it. And
Yeah,
I'll
17
forget.
years is a long time.
I'm gonna forget it again.
Yeah.
I had an outdoor graduation the last time they came out, 17 years ago,
Right. Right.
during cicada season.
It's insane. Science, nature,
Yeah.
Earth, life, death. Crazy. All right, that has been shut up. Oh, my
Like
bad.
always.
Go ahead,
Like
Casey.
always, I forgot Casey.
As always.
Make
the
it quick.
Forgot Casey.
The
Title of the
concerts I
episode.
want to the concerts I want to go to keep selling out before I even
Oh.
find out about them.
Yeah, it was weird. I
Terrible.
heard people complaining that like Coachella sold out, but it's in 2022. Okay.
No, my problem is they're announcing them and then like immediately they get sold out.
It's like we were talking about earlier. Everything is pent up demand at this point, including aggressive behavior. Like it's all just everybody's got to just get it out of their system. You know, we got to start making microchips again. We got to start start making lumber again. We got to still start building houses and refurbing the houses. Everybody's got to go outside. Just get out all the jitters. Get them all out.
We got to get industry going.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Obama.
Ugh.
We got to make chlorine.
Hey, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah, hit that like and subscribe button. Subscribe to Casey's channel where his kid plays with Legos, or actually he does, but it makes it look like his kid is playing Legos. Subscribe to our special cicada playlist where it's just videos of unedited footage of cicadas crawling up the sides of buildings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
This has been episode 365 of the CTB Show. Wow, as many days of there are in the year. I can't talk anymore. All right, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for being a friend. Thank you very much for being a fan. Have a great day and a better tomorrow.
Wow.
And comment.
Wow.
Wow.